What are the minimum requirements for the escort vehicle as it relates to lighting, signage, and flagging?
When you've got your escort vehicles, you want to make sure that they do have the sign on the front. It must be a yellow sign with black lettering. The sign itself has to be 6 feet to 8 feet in length, and it must be 18 inches high. So it has to have that oversized load, and that's so it shows off when you're meeting a motorist. The other thing, you do have to have an amber light on top of the vehicle, oscillating or strobe, something LEDs, that does show off that you are giving warning to motorists traveling in front of you. You are also required to have radio contact between the escort vehicle and the piece of equipment that you are following.
What would dictate in terms of needing a rear escort, or is there a need for a rear escort?
There are needs for rear escorts, depending on the roadways that you are on. If you are on a 2-lane road or a 4-lane road, that is going to be where the dictation is. If you are on a 2-lane roadway, you're going to have that one escort in the front. When you get onto a 4-lane road and you're outside of 12 feet, you have to have that rear escort in place at that point in time.
Can you talk about the law as it relates to the maximum and minimum distances and liability if an oncoming motorist goes by the escort vehicle and an accident occurs?
Yes, whenever you're traveling down the roadway and you have that escort vehicle in place, the maximum distance that you can be is 300 feet off the front of that equipment or to the rear of that equipment. The thing that's going to dictate whether or not you're going to close that distance is going to be the area that you're traveling. If it's congested, if you have an area that the roadway narrows, or if you have an area where a bridge may be and it funnels down, then you want to close the gap between the tow vehicle and your escort vehicle. You want to minimize that space, because once someone does come past your escort vehicle, if you've got a larger gap there, then you lose that safety net of keeping that individual aware. Because if you get out past that 300 feet, and especially in somewhere there's a curve or if it's a blind area, and that individual passes the escort vehicle, he's thinking, oh, well, there's nothing here. And then now he pops around that curve and there's a combine in his lane, or there may be a tractor. If you are in someone else's lane, remember, you have your lane to travel in only. You are legally not allowed to be in the other lane. Now, common sense will tell anyone you've got a piece of equipment as large as some that is on the roadway now, you're gonna be. We understand that. What you have to do is you have to plan. You have to look at the areas that you're traveling. Are there areas that you can get off? Is there a shoulder in place, or is it ditch lines on both sides of the roadway? What can you do to attempt to make that move a lot safer?
Could there be a need for 2 escorts?
Most definitely, definitely. You're better off to actually have more. More would be better if you're in somewhere where the roadway funnels down, or if you're in an area to where your farm may be on top of a hill crest that may turn back more of a 90-degree turn, and you are going to now have to stop traffic. Legally, you cannot do that. So by having 2 pieces of equipment, 2 escort vehicles or a second flagger there, it will actually help slow down traffic and hopefully safely get you into the field, as opposed to possibly causing an accident or getting someone injured or equipment damaged.